Hello and welcome back to 365 Days with mxmtoon. I'm Maia, a singer, songwriter, video maker, Oakland native, and ukulele player extraordinaire. I'm also a huge history nerd. I love untold stories, gross facts, hidden secrets, and anything weird, dark, and funky from the past. So each day, I'm going to share one of my favorite deep cuts with you. So let's dig in to today's story.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365 mxmtoon.
On September 17th, 1983, the first Black woman got crowned Miss America. That woman was named Vanessa Williams, and her moment in the sun was met with disastrous results. We'll get to that in a second. Vanessa Williams was born in the Bronx and grew up in Westchester. Her parents were both music teachers, and she studied a wide range of music and instruments as a kid. She ended up attending Syracuse University on a scholarship as a musical theater major. And it was there, in 1983, that she was approached by scouts from the Miss Syracuse pageant, who had seen her perform and thought that she had what it took to compete. Williams, who was 20 at the time, wasn't all that interested in being in a beauty pageant, but she learned that the title came with scholarship money, so she decided to give it a go. And it seems she was a natural. She ended up being crowned Miss Syracuse that April. Williams decided to keep going with the pageant circuit, and in July of that year, she was crowned Miss New York. Up next was Miss America, so Williams went to Atlantic City in New Jersey to compete. For the talent portion of the pageant, Williams did a callback to her musical roots, performing Happy Days Are Here Again. Williams won both the talent and the swimsuit competitions and was ultimately crowned Miss America on September 17th. She was the very first Black woman to win Miss America in the pageant's 63-year history, a milestone that came with a lot of pride, but also a hefty dose of hate. There were a lot of people that did not want me to be representative of the United States and Miss America, Williams told Good Morning America in 2010. She also received a ton of hate in the mail, and even death threats, with one stalker going so far as to threaten to throw acid at her. The hate mail wasn't just from racists. Williams told People, "I was getting hate mail from white people who hate Black people, and mail from Black people who said, 'You're not really Black because you don't look Black.' I expected mail from the KKK and other psycho groups, but not from the Black community. I went on some talk shows where women would say, 'The only reason you won is because you have green eyes and light skin.' I didn't like having my accomplishments negated because of the way I looked. That was harder to live with than anything else." But what came next was even worse. In July of 1984, 2 months before Williams was set to cede her title to the next Miss America, Williams found out that Penthouse was planning to publish nude photos of her without her consent. The photos had been taken by a photographer Williams had worked with for an assistant long before she showed up in the pageant circuit, and she'd been told at the time that she wouldn't be identifiable. But Penthouse ended up offering the photographer a lot of money to publish the photos, in which, despite the photographer's assurance, she was identifiable. And when the Miss America organization found out about them, they told her that she had to give up her title. Some people, including Williams' mother, tried to get her to stand her ground and keep her title, especially since she'd put in a year of work as Miss America. But Williams decided it wasn't worth it. She'd formally resign over the summer, and in September, Penthouse ran the photos under the headline, "Miss America. Oh God, she's nude. Ugh." After the photos came out, Williams endured a lot of shame, bullying, and general cruelty. Newspapers ran stories about how she destroyed her career and reputation, all over a couple of nudes. It seemed like an eternity in which I was the punchline to every late-night monologue, Williams said. She struggled to find acting jobs, and generally went into hiding for a few years, but Williams didn't let one little sexist scandal tank her. Though her early career took a hit, she made a comeback in 1988 when her first album, The Right Stuff, came out. Her second album, The Comfort Zone, was an even bigger hit, and Williams started booking roles on TV shows and in movies. Fast forward a few decades, and Williams has a thriving career. She's a fashion designer. She has 8 studio albums to her name. She's an actress with credits including Soul Food, Shaft, Broad City, and Ugly Betty, where she won a bunch of awards for her portrayal of Mode magazine creative director Wilhelmina Slater. In fact, Williams is such a big deal, and her Miss America run so mishandled, that a few years ago, the Miss America organization actually apologized to her for taking away her title. That doesn't make up for lost time and a lot of humiliation, but I guess it's better than nothing. And now, here's a fun music fact from September 17th. On this date in 1967, The Doors performed on the Ed Sullivan Show for the first time. And the last time. The show's producer asked the band to change the lyric, "Girl, we couldn't get much higher," in the band's hit, Light My Fire, which, while pretty obviously tame by today's standards, was considered way too racy for a family program. Frontman Jim Morrison decided to sing the original line anyway and earned himself a lifetime ban from the show. And now it's time for me to take a look back onto my own personal history to see what I was up to on a September 17th in my life. Now, I mentioned this yesterday, but I had something really major happen to me on the 17th of September in 2019, and my debut album, The Masquerade, came out. I know that's probably what you're expecting me to talk about, but that's still probably one of the most notable things I've ever done. I worked on that album for years before it was released, and so kind of crazy to me that I get the opportunity now to make podcasts about things that I'm really interested in and also get to share cool things like music with you all. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that. But yeah, pretty freaking cool. I made a whole album and I released that. Nothing to shrug off, you know? Not too bad, Maia. Not too bad. And that's going to conclude today's episode of 365 Days with mxmtoon. Thank you all again so much for taking the time to listen, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365 mxmtoon.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of 365 Days with mxmtoon. Make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and follow along with us on social media at 365 Days mxmtoon on all platforms.